Good afternoon and welcome to APU News. Our story for tonight will be corporation fraud and social responsibilities. Fraud, according to Zara 2005, refers to the deliberate action taken by management to deceive, con, swindle, or cheat investor or other key stakeholders. Fraud can take a variety of forms that include, but are not limited to, embezzlements, insider trading, self-dealing, lying about facts, failure to disclose facts, corruption, and cover-ups. Moberg, 1997. Fraud schemes vary considerably in scope, with some being limited to one or a few transactions, such as falsifying a document, whereas others encompass multiple ongoing activities across many organizational functions or units. Zara 2005, page 805. The Wells Fargo scandal is an example of an ongoing fraudulent activities that led to a bigger nationwide scandal. Even though money does not grow on trees, neither do customers nor accounts. Wells Fargo customers found that accounts do grow overnight. Wells Fargo created 2 million fake accounts to meet their daily number of solutions that bankers must meet. After the scandal came out to light, many employees explained how manager would constantly hound, harass, pressure, and threaten them to meet the sometimes unreachable quotas. The stem of the scandal was mainly a high-pressure culture that pushed from uptown employees to open millions of unwanted and unauthorized checking and credit cards accounts. Ashford 2008 believed that CEOs' moral values and psychological traits are conceived as key drivers in fostering or preventing corruption and fraud in organizations. Following the major collapse of Enron and WorldCom, Carson 2003 emphasized the unrealistic hope and expectations for business executives as moral actors and agents of the social improvement. He outlined the setting of professional constraints that requires executives to respect their professional obligations and the need for redesigning compensation packages and avoiding preserve incentive to engage in unethical conduct. Chen 2010 examines financial misreporting and shows that the nature and impact of ethical leadership depends greatly on institutional settings and can be expected to vary greatly by country and culture. According to psychological attitudes explored by scholars, corporate psychopaths seek leadership positions because of their desire to access power, influence, prestige, and money associated with these corporate positions. Buddy 2008, page 3, which may lead them to undertake excessive risky actions such as fraud. An example of that is the Dragon Lady. In the contracting world, there is one name that everybody knows. The Dragon Lady, also known by Darlene Rowan, was a contracting officer for the U.S. Air Force. She was civil service and had worked her way up to being one of the top CEOs in the branch. Darlene was a tough negotiator and was able to negotiate the top contracts in the DoD. She had other motives in mind besides saving the Air Force money. Darlene was plotting for her family's best interest and through several contracts by feeding the contractors information. In her time, she was negotiating with Boeing. She also was able to have them hire her son and daughter-in-law. In this case, she was caught, she was fired, she went to trial, and she did some time in prison. In this case, Darlene broke several concepts of ethics. Out of the principle of ethical management, Darlene broke almost every point. In 2010, the International Standard Organization known by ISO published ISO 26000 on social responsibilities due to the too many corporate scandals and fraud. On more than 100 pages, the standard aims to provide guidance on ways to integrate social responsible behavior into the organizations, ISO 2010. And in doing so, help maximize organization contributions to sustainable development within the society, ISO 2010. The standard outlines content and tactics to social responsibilities and emphasize that social responsibilities should be an integral part of core organizational strategies. Thank you and good night.